Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm your host, Jeff Howard, and I've got filmmaker Ryan Beene with me. Hey, Ryan.
Hey.
We are on FaceTime, so if you have any issues with our audio quality, it's really the Apple Corporation's fault, not ours. I'm talking to Ryan because his film, Those People, was at the Sherman Oaks Film Festival in 2021. Took home a Programmer's Prize, so he's an award-winning filmmaker. I didn't even ask if you'd won awards for other things, but I'm just saying you're an award-winning filmmaker for Those People at the Sherman Oaks Film Festival. We just recorded Ryan's interview where he talked about his career and his path as an artist and how Those People came together. The film Those People came together. But this episode is all about the 4 questions, the Discover Indie Film 4 questions, which are favorite films of all time, an underrated film, an overrated film, and a lesser-known film that people should seek out. And I'm normally supposed to mention the TV series before we hop in, but I haven't. So just listen to Ryan's answers, and then at the end I'll tell everyone about the Discover Indie Film TV series. But go ahead, Ryan. What are your favorite films?
Okay, so I'm going to go with Happy Together by Wong Kar-wai. I'm going to go with Lost in Translation, Sofia Coppola, and Cleo from 5 to 7, Agnes Varda.
Cleo from 5 to 7? I don't know that one.
Yeah. That's one I'm going to go. It's her debut feature.
Excellent. Well, I definitely see a pattern of sorts, both with your film, Those People, which we talked about how true to life it is and gritty, and certainly Lost in Translation is sort of has the same fly on the wall feeling.
Yeah. I have a tattoo right here on my arm of a quote from it.
Oh, excellent. Which one?
It's "Let's never come here again because it would never be as much fun."
Oh, that's cool.
I actually have like a lot of film tattoos.
That's an interesting. I like you've kind of cracked the tattoo code in a way. I've been saying actually since believe it or not, the late 80s, early 90s, no, late 80s, that I wanted a tattoo, but I couldn't think of anything I wanted. I wanted a tattoo when I was 21 and drunk on the Sunset Strip, and there was that tattoo parlor. And I told friends, look, I'm just going to get the word tattoo right here on my arm.
Did you actually do it?
But I never got it, so.
Oh, okay.
But it would be a little cool now that it'd be like a 40-year-old or a 30-year-old, the word tattoo. I don't know. I guess it's good. I should be grateful that my friends would let me do that.
Actually, my favorite one is a ladybird tattoo, if you can even see it. It's
Oh, yeah. Of course, this is audio, but I am looking. You are not alone in.
Oh, that one's a song lyric, but there's the actual picture of Ladybird there.
Ladybird, yeah, Ladybird's a good film. Another film that is absolutely true to life and shot in a non-slick, non-Hollywood way.
Yep.
I love it. You have no. I love that you don't have. I don't even know how to. I'm stumbling on my words because what I want to say is the slick Hollywood bullshit doesn't resonate with you.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. Not at all. Especially when you hear my overrated film.
Oh, excellent. Well, let's jump into underrated.
Okay, my underrated. I'm going to say Palo Alto by Gia Coppola.
I didn't see Palo Alto, so
it's all the way back from like 2013.
Well. Excellent. Well, that was one of the Coppola kids?
Yeah, it's Sophia's niece.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, I can't discuss it with you because I haven't seen it. But
it's very much in the same kind of vein. It's a little bit kind of like something that Sophia would tell.
Oh, cool. And all right, what's your overrated?
My overrated, I'm going to go with Inception. Christopher Nolan. I don't. Yeah, pretty much. Well, really, honestly, I almost said everything Christopher Nolan, but I do like The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah, Memento didn't even work for you?
No, Memento's fine. It's pretty much everything he did like after that I don't really like vibe with. I really didn't like Tenet.
You know what? Honestly, I am a Nolan fan. I mean, I like most. Well, I can't say most anymore because I think I like a lot of what Nolan does, but all the comments on Tenet, I just said, you know what? Life is too short. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
It's sitting there on HBO Max teasing me.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it. I don't know. Maybe his stuff is just like a little too like big and heady. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes it just feels a little pretentious for me, but maybe it's not even that.
Like sometimes he's immediate and it feels meaningful, and sometimes it's just full of pomp and circumstance, and you feel completely disconnected from everything.
Yeah. I think also part of that comes down to sometimes people's like the film bros become a little bit like, oh, you don't like Christopher Nolan, that means like you just like aren't smart enough to like get his stuff. And I'm like, oh God, you're just making me like dislike it. So it really, honestly, might just be that.
Funny thing is, I love Inception, but a lot of the other stuff just, not so much. And in fact, I don't like Dark Knight. I've tried, and I've had friends tell me, I'm going to miss you as a friend because I can't be friends with you anymore. that you don't like Dark Knight. And I'm like, no, trust me, Nolan doesn't like Dark Knight either, because you could tell by the way he made it. He was not interested in this damn superhero. He's more interested in the people on the ferries.
See, I'm actually really, really excited for the new Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman by Matt Reeves. I'm very excited for that. I wasn't super obsessed with that trilogy either.
Yeah. I even felt like Bale was just like, okay, fine, I'll do this for a paycheck. But
yeah. Also, the action does not hold up. I rewatched one of them. I rewatched the third one like a few weeks ago because I just did not remember it at all. All I remembered was Anne Hathaway being in it. And I was like, wow, so people were like going crazy over this action and I don't get it, but.
Well, and I share your enthusiasm for Matt Reeves. So, fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, wow, we're going through really quickly. Okay, so Inception is overrated. Fair enough. And now what's your lesser known to seek out, which, of course, you've already named two films that I'm going to have to seek out. But what's your intentionally lesser known?
Okay, so I originally wasn't going to do one from this year, but I feel like no one has watched it and no one is talking about it from this year because, I mean, it initially did the festival circuit last year and it didn't come out until this year, but it came out on HBO Max and it's called Shiva Baby. And it was like, I think I put it at number 8 in my top 10 of this year, and just no one is talking about it at all. And like no one that I know has actually watched it. And it's just been totally left behind.
Which is interesting. There's another filmmaker, actor I respect, and he's always posting reviews on Instagram. And then he just did his top 20 of the year, and Shiva Baby, I think, was in his top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I really, really love it. It's very like, it's all takes place over the course of a few hours in one location. And the score is so anxiety inducing. And, I mean, it's so fucking hilarious. It's literally about a girl who's at a Shiva and her sugar daddy and her ex-girlfriend both happen to show up, and be there. And she has no idea that the sugar daddy's coming. She has no idea that he's married with a baby. It's so anxiety inducing, but it's so good. And, it was one of my favorites of the year. And I wish more people actually saw it. And it's on HBO Max. So it's like, it's right there. Everybody has HBO.
It's right there. Okay, you've given me a couple to watch, but I might try to watch Shiva Baby like as soon as possible because we're watching lots of films right now because I just wrapped up a festival last month, so
yeah,
it's my chance to watch non-festival related films.
I have my trio of like anxiety-inducing movies this year that were some of my favorites were Spencer, The Lost Daughter, and Shiva Baby. All three of them just like gave me so much anxiety the whole time, but I loved them.
It's funny because The Lost Daughter is on my list, and everyone is everyone is discussing it right now.
Oh yeah, it's very both ends of the spectrum. People definitely either love it or hate it.
It is divisive. Yeah, people are, and of course everyone's comparing it to, not comparing it, but everyone's saying whether they think you should watch it or not. Should you watch Don't Look Up instead? Or
oh my gosh, wait. Well, okay. I don't know if I could have said Don't Look Up is overrated because it has like pretty bad reviews, but it's like getting into the awards conversation. So I don't know if you could really call it overrated if it has like bad reviews, but it's in the awards, but it's getting nominated. So I was like, does that count as overrated? I don't know.
Anything counts. There are no rules. But I will say this about Don't Look Up is if it wins, if we get another weird year where they nominate 8, 9, 10 films for Best Picture and all really 10 good ones borrow, just kind of balance each other out, and then like, well, I'll reveal, whether it's, what was it, Green Book or Argo, like, if it's one of those years where a perfectly reasonably good film that is not exceptional in any way wins Best Picture, like that would be...
that could definitely happen this year.
Yeah, it could happen. And then Don't Look Up will be way more overrated if it wins Best Picture because all the challenging good films balance each other out, and it was just the one that most people had heard of.
Yeah, I'm calling it this year's Bohemian Rhapsody. That's what I feel like.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh, Lord. Great. When there was music, it was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Someone should do. I imagine someone's done it. There should just be an edit of Bohemian Rhapsody that removes all dialogue, all the fake scenes that didn't happen, and just hear these Queen outtakes lip synced by good-looking dudes.
Yep. That's all I needed.
I wept during the songs, and then I scowled during the really melodramatic, heartfelt moments in the rain that never happened type scenes.
Yep, I get it.
For sure. All right, well, fun list. Shiva, baby, I'm looking forward to it. And thanks for doing the interview and this 4 questions episode. People want to learn about you and your film, These People, which is going to be part of the Discover Indie Film TV series. Season 5 is going to come in the next couple months, and those people will be in it. I'll let you say it so people don't have to listen to me talk too much. So let them know your Instagram.
Oh, yeah. It's that's so Ryan with 2 S's, 3 N's. So THATSSORYANNN.
Yeah. Excellent. And so this has been Ryan Beene answering the 4 questions. I mentioned the TV series, so I'll go through the full explanation of, hey, I started this podcast because the Q&As at film festivals were too short. Actually, Ryan, because of family emergency, we didn't even talk about in the last podcast that was basically our expanded festival Q&A because we got robbed of doing a Q&A due to a family emergency at the Sherman Oaks Film Festival last year. But anyway, this podcast, there were so many great short films that really had nowhere to go on streaming. So we put them all together into a TV series that's curated for you, the viewer. So just go to Amazon Prime Video, search for Discover Indie Film. There's currently 4 seasons, and season 5 is coming soon. Every season is 10 episodes, half an hour each. There's 2 or 3 short films per episode, and they kick ass. They're just fantastic films. So if you love indie film, you can learn more about it at discoverindiefilm.com, and on social media, it's at DIFWins. And I mentioned the Sherman Oaks Film Festival. That's where Ryan's film played last November 2021. And it took home the Programmer's Prize. You can learn about that festival that takes place every November if you go to ShermanOaksFF.com. And on social media, it's at ShermanOaksFF. And the sister festival is Film Invasion LA. That's because when we were starting a festival, we couldn't agree on what to call it. So we thought we'd beta test 2 names, and it turned out just ended up being 2 festivals. And the June festival is Film Invasion Los Angeles, and you can learn about it at filminvasionla.com, and it's at Film Invasion LA on social media. And my last thing before I let everybody go is, hey, be nice, subscribe, review, give 5 stars, give thumbs up, whether it's the TV series or this podcast, whatever you do, let us know. Show a little kindness, show a little love. And thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
And thanks, everyone, for listening.